The battle against Mexico's cartels has reached a critical turning point. As President Claudia Sheinbaum faces intense pressure from the Trump administration, Mexico has now extradited 29 high-profile cartel operatives to the United States.
Joe Biden didn't just open our borders, he flew illegal aliens over them to overwhelm our schools, hospitals, and communities throughout the country. So they are now designated as terrorist organizations, foreign. And Mexico probably doesn't want that.
Imagine this. The most powerful drug cartels in the world, the ones responsible for more deaths in the U.S. than all terrorist organizations combined, are officially designated as terrorists by the U.S. government. It's a move that's sending shockwaves across borders. On January 20th, 2025, President Donald Trump made history. He didn't just announce a new initiative, he unleashed a seismic shift in America's battle against the Mexican drug cartels by officially labeling them as foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs. This bold move is more than just a political statement. It's an open challenge to Mexico's sovereignty, and it could reshape the very nature of the war on drugs. But here's the real question: will Trump's strategy work? Or are we on the verge of a conflict that will escalate beyond control, triggering a wave of violence like nothing we've seen before? Trump's bold declaration, an act of war or a much-needed solution? In an unprecedented move, President Trump has designated the Mexican cartels, organizations that have wreaked havoc across the U.S., as foreign terrorist organizations, FTOs. This decision was announced in late January 2025, following years of mounting pressure from American citizens, law enforcement agencies, and politicians who were fed up with the cartel's control over drug trafficking. In his statement, Trump didn't mince words. These cartels have killed more Americans than any terrorist group on earth. It's time to treat them as such. Trump's aggressive stance is backed by disturbing numbers. Mexican cartels, especially the infamous Sinaloa and Jalisco New Generation, CJNG cartels, rake in billions of dollars every year, flooding the U.S. with lethal drugs, including fentanyl, which has become the leading cause of overdose deaths across the country. The U.S. Department of Justice has reported that over 100,000 Americans die each year from drug-related causes, most of which are attributed to cartel-controlled operations. This isn't just about drugs anymore, it's about warfare. These cartels have evolved into full-fledged criminal empires, complete with military-grade weaponry, sophisticated smuggling networks, and a hold over entire regions. They don't just control drug trafficking, they control life and death for millions of people on both sides of the border. The U.S. government now views them as a direct threat to national security. The cartels fight back. What's at stake for Mexico? The cartels didn't take this designation lightly. If anything, it's reignited a brutal wave of violence that has now spilled over into American territory. These criminal organizations are well-armed, ruthless, and entrenched in their operations. Their reaction has been swift. Mexican border cities like Tijuana, Juarez, and Nuevo Laredo are now hotbeds of cartel violence, where shootouts with law enforcement have become a daily occurrence. The cartels are fighting for survival, and they are willing to bring the war to America. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, AMLO of Mexico, has strongly rejected Trump's executive order, arguing that it is a violation of Mexico's sovereignty. In an official statement, he warned, any U.S. military intervention on Mexican soil will be seen as an act of war. But Trump has been unwavering. The war on drugs is far from over, and if we don't take this bold step, these cartels will continue to terrorize both our nations. The cartel's growing power. From El Chapo to Los Chapitos. When El Chapo Guzman was arrested in 2016 and extradited to the U.S. the following year, many thought that would mark the downfall of the Sinaloa cartel. But what happened next was nothing short of extraordinary. His sons, known as Los Chapitos, took over the reins of the cartel, ensuring that its power and influence remained intact. In fact, the Sinaloa cartel has only grown stronger, and it's estimated that it controls up to 70% of the global drug trade. Experts have warned that the Sinaloa cartel's influence is not just a Mexican issue, it's a global problem. The cartel's operations extend across continents, with deep ties to Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, and even Africa. This is no longer just about drugs. It's about the vast criminal networks these cartels have built, making them formidable adversaries in a world of shifting geopolitics. The escalation. Will this lead to direct military action? With the cartels now labeled as foreign terrorist organizations, Trump's administration has signaled that it will not hesitate to use military force to dismantle these criminal syndicates. This means everything is on the table: airstrikes, drone attacks, and even deploying special forces to take out high-ranking cartel figures. One of the most talked-about components of Trump's strategy is the potential use of airstrikes against cartel-controlled drug labs and warehouses. If the cartels can't operate in secrecy, we've won half the battle, said a senior Pentagon official in a recent tweet, referencing the effectiveness of aerial bombardment in disrupting illicit drug trade operations. However, this strategy has not been without controversy. Counter-terrorism experts warn that these airstrikes could escalate tensions with Mexico and result in significant civilian casualties, further fueling anti-American sentiment in the region. Mexico has been fighting this battle for decades, and our involvement may create more problems than it solves, said one security analyst in an interview with the New York Times. Cartels retaliation. Are we ready for the blowback? What happens next could change the trajectory of this war. The cartels are already ramping up their operations along the U.S.-Mexico border, preparing for the possibility of direct U.S. military action. In fact, experts have raised concerns that the cartels might strike U.S. targets in retaliation. This is a fight for control over a multi-billion-dollar industry. The cartels will stop at nothing, said one former DEA agent. Homeland Security has issued a chilling warning. If the U.S. decides to engage militarily, retaliation could be swift and brutal. Cartel leaders may target American civilians, law enforcement, and government officials. This isn't just about drugs anymore. This is about a full-blown conflict that could spill over into American cities. The cartels have already shown their ability to infiltrate U.S. society, using everything from smuggling networks to cyber attacks to expand their reach. A critical decision. Does America have the will to win? The cartels may be formidable, but the U.S. military is still one of the most powerful forces on the planet. But winning this war is not as simple as launching airstrikes and sending in Delta Force. As we've seen with previous crackdowns such as the capture of El Chapo, the cartels are resilient and adaptable. Every time a leader is taken down, another steps up to fill the void. It's a never-ending cycle of violence that shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, one of the most significant dangers of this new approach could be that it unites the cartels, pushing them to form alliances with rival groups that would otherwise never work together. As one former cartel insider put it, if the U.S. targets one cartel, the others will band together to fight back. But is there any other choice? For too long, U.S. policies have been reactive, always playing catch-up to the cartel's ever-evolving methods. Now, President Trump's administration is attempting a radical shift, one that could either decimate these criminal organizations or ignite a firestorm of violence that could engulf both countries. The road ahead, the ultimate showdown. The next few months will be crucial. The Trump administration is preparing for a military response, while Mexico braces for the possibility of war on its soil. As cartel violence escalates, so does the uncertainty about how this conflict will unfold. What we do know is this: the Mexican cartels are a force to be reckoned with, and they won't go down without a fight. The stakes couldn't be higher. This is a battle for control, for sovereignty, and for the lives of millions of people. Whether it's a blow that will end the cartel's grip on both nations, or a dangerous escalation that leads to a new chapter of violence, remains to be seen. Will Trump's plan succeed in breaking the cartels, or will it ignite a new level of warfare between the U.S. and Mexico? The clock is ticking.